Hey guys, coronavirus vlog day 6. We've been quarantined since Monday, other than a couple days we had to go into the office slash school. We're gonna barbecue today. We're gonna cook some ribs, and I thought about doing this after I already rubbed the ribs, so I'm gonna show you what I rubbed them in and all that kind of stuff. I've got the coals cooking out back, but I'm gonna take you through the process of making some ribs. It's gonna be about 6-7 hours until they're done, but it's gonna be worth it. So let's take a look. So I slather all my ribs in mustard. That helps the rub stick. And this back one here, right here, that is from an Aaron Franklin recipe from Franklin Barbecue. Love Aaron Franklin from Franklin Barbecue. He is the man. This front rack here is rubbed in Pappy's Smokehouse Rocket Rub. We got their rub when we went to St. Louis over Christmas. So these are about to go on the smoker. They're gonna take about 6 hours to cook. We'll take you through the process. All right, so it's time to put the ribs on the grill. Looking pretty good. Gotta watch out for the alligator back over there. So we're just gonna lift open the smoker. It's preheated to 275. Try to smush up the bones a little bit so they'll be a little bit straighter. So they're on there. I've got it at 275. I've got to shut the lid and let it sit for an hour. We'll come back, we'll spritz them. We got some hickory wood in there. That's gonna give it that nice southern smoke flavor everybody wants in their ribs. And it's just maintaining, cleaning out the ash bucket. I've got a cheap smoker, so cleaning out the ashes can be kind of hard. If you like to barbecue and you want to take the guesswork out of it, I highly recommend getting a probe thermometer like this. I got a ThermPro thermometer for Christmas, and what it does is it lets me keep the temperature of the air in the smoker, so I know what I've got. I'm trying to get back up to 275. The smoker doesn't do a great job of holding heat. Right here I know I've got some good smoke going. You can barely see the smoke coming up the smokestack. It's real thin, real light. You don't want that billowing white smoke. That's why I don't soak my wood chips. That way I get like just a nice clean burning fire. Okay, so we're 1 hour in, which means it's time to spritz. I spritz with apple cider vinegar. Some people spritz with hot sauce. Some people spritz with beer. I like the apple cider vinegar. What we want to do here is just keep the ribs nice and wet. So I'm getting in here and just really just liberally just sprayed them, keeping them nice and wet and moist. That way they don't dry out during the cook, because we're not going to sauce them for quite some time. So every hour I'm going to do this. Trying to do here is I got logs I split from my parents that are a little too green to burn, so I'm trying to let this fire burn up, not billow. Get the temperature back up a little bit because I cleaned out the ashes. That's the problem with the cheap smokers, is it's hard to clean out the ashes and not lose heat. So that's the struggle we have every time we barbecue. So if anybody out there wants to buy me a bigger one, I would appreciate it. Take a look at the fire. I've had to empty the ash bucket out a little bit, but I've got hickory and oak and some coal working in there with applewood chips. So a bunch of different blends there. We're looking pretty good on the fire. We've got 2 hours and 30 minutes left on these guys. That's about another hour and a half before I sauce them, but just want to give you a look as to how they're looking right now, okay? Don't worry about the adult beverages. That's one of maybe many that were consumed, but let's take a look at these bad boys right here. All right, so right now I've got my Pappy seasoning on the right, and I've got my Aaron Franklin seasoning over here on the left. No sauce on them yet. I'm gonna wait to sauce them this time as to not over caramelize the sauce and maybe burn the sugars. All right, well, it's about time to sauce these guys. So here's the two sauces we've got. I've got Pappy Smokehouse. This is Jane's Sweet Barbecue Sauce. Plug for Pappy's here. And then I've got one I bought today, Hampton Acres from Pelzer, South Carolina. Never had it. We're gonna put it on the Aaron Franklin rib. So Pappy's, we're coming for you. We've got your rub. We're gonna use your sauce. As you can see, I'm almost out of my Pappy sauce because it is that good. So we're gonna get this bad boy on here a little bit. And I'm just gonna brush it on nice and liberally there. Some of that fat up at the top just came done there on the Pappy's ribs. It's a good thing I'm not doing competition barbecue. or I'd lose on that, but it's still gonna taste pretty good. Also may or may not have snuck a piece or two out. That sauce is on there. We're just gonna let it set, and then we'll be ready to pull them off and rest and eat very shortly. So I think we're about done. I'm gonna show you what I use to test ribs being done. It's called the bend test. I put my tongs in here about halfway up the ribs, and I bend them, and you can kind of see the fat cracks right there. So these are just about done. Those are the pappies. I'm gonna keep them over there. And I've got my Aaron Franklin with my Pelzer sauce. Ooh, that fat is cracking just nice. I'm gonna keep those over there. We're gonna rest these for about 15-20 minutes before we slice into them, and then we're gonna eat. So our ribs are done, they've rested, and now it's time to slice them up. I'm gonna show you how I slice them up to make sure that they're even for everybody. So the first thing I do is I literally just flip them on their side, and I find a bone, and I just put the knife on the edge of that bone, and I cut all the way down. These might be a tad soft, but what that does, whoops, just gotta flip that back over. What that does is it just keeps it even for me. Let's go ahead and try these bad boys. This one looks really good, nice smoke ring in there. Let's go ahead and try it. Perfect pull. Doesn't fall off the bone, but you gotta pull it away from it. That's perfect. It's so good. That is Bullpen BBQ. I'm Justin Fabiano. We'll see you next time.